Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. Riding again. Yo, Rick and Uffe, it's a Curry.
Hey. How goes it in the Arctic tundra?
Well, so on Monday, I called to make a doctor's appointment for my annual checkup, and they said, "Oh, we've got availability tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. You make that work?" I said, "Absolutely." And then after I hung up, I realised that we were in for what was supposed to be 6 to 9 inches of snow starting at 3 a.m. yesterday morning. I'm thinking, uh-oh, I might not make it. Well, I shouldn't have worried at all. It's come about 8:30, there was only 2 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah.
Shoveled the drive. I thought I'll go in my truck rather than Pope's car. So I went out in my truck. It's the first time it's been out in 5 months. And the roads were absolutely fine. No issues at all. Got back home a little bit later in the day, shoveled again, another couple of inches. And I thought, right, okay, well, it's going to put a lot down overnight, so I got up early this morning to shovel the drive. Wasn't even half an inch on the ground this morning.
Yeah.
Boring.
I don't know how much snow fell here overnight, but didn't look like that much. When I looked outside, I let the dog out so the dog could test just how deep it was. At that point, it was already raining. So I don't know if the snow, that made the amount go down. But I did see a post from a friend that they were out at some point last night, and just from walking to their garage and back to the house, their footprints were gone. So it must have been snowing pretty good at one point.
It was snowing pretty good. Didn't do much of it.
I would imagine by the time I go to work, it's just going to be wet out.
Yeah.
And most of the snow will be gone. But the wind, it's supposed to get up to 70 miles per hour by the time I'm going to work.
Next week's going to be fun. Monday, a high of 1 degree.
Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah, it's not good. That means it's definitely going to be well into the negatives overnight then, huh?
Yep, -7 low. Now, I was telling you, we've got this fridge freezer in the garage, and Yolanda can't understand why, when it gets that cold outdoors, why things in the refrigerator freeze.
Well, I mean, your best chance of them not freezing immediately is in the refrigerator.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why they haven't frozen yet. But
yeah, we're supposed to get cold after we have another.
I had a 4-pack of Guinness in there, and after a race a couple of weeks ago, I brought some in out of there, opened one, and I had the ice crystals forming in it. It wouldn't pour out properly.
Yeah.
So it was almost there.
Yeah, this weekend we have another stupid kind of storm coming up where it's another snow to rain thing. Not as much wind though, luckily. But then right afterwards it's gonna freeze. So I'm guessing that somehow the cold's also gonna hit us. This is definitely more like springtime weather, like early spring weather, late winter weather.
So
the basement's definitely going to have water in it today.
So Faith has been pretty much on her own in her dorm the last semester, and now her roommate has officially moved out and has moved in with her boyfriend, who's bought a house locally. He's doing it up. So Faith's been told by the university now, you need to get a roommate, or you need to pay the single occupancy fee. So she was asking Yolanda to pay the single occupancy fee, which is $600. And Yolanda said, no, I'm not paying $600. Either you find a roommate or you pay for it. And of course, Faith doesn't want to.
Did she start dating, finding the rich boyfriend?
Yeah, and that idea.
Yeah. I should say, if me and Yolanda end up on the same call with her, and she's trying to plead for this, I should say that to her, Uffe. I should say, yeah, you need to find yourself a rich boyfriend. No, let me finish. You should find yourself a rich boyfriend, just like Mummy did.
that was what the roommate did.
Yeah, Nate, he's my work son. I think of him as, but he ended up, he did the same thing. He's only 22 and he just finished school, but he bought a house locally that he has no intentions of keeping forever. But it's a good idea. If you're going to buy a house in a college town, and then after that you have all the renting options, and just the property is usually worth a little more when you sell it.
Yeah. I mean, one thought that I had yesterday was that Faith's really good friends with both these, with her ex-roommate and her boyfriend. So one thought I had was maybe if when they've done an extra room up, they'll let Faith rent with them.
Yeah, it's essentially because this house has 3 apartments plus his half of the house, and it's a big house, and he got a really good deal on it. So he bought it as just something to retain and gain value.
That would save us a lot of money, because Faith's college fees right now include the dorm rental and her food.
So another one of the kids that works out in the tap room, she was telling me the other day that she was interested in one of the apartments above the brewery that opened up. And then she told me that because she's living in off-campus housing, but it's still like student housing.
Yeah.
And one of the companies that just buys up land and then builds a bunch of cheap buildings on it. And she's paying $1,300 a month for a studio, which is just, bedroom, kitchen, everything in the same area.
Yep.
And her, and then that's not including utilities, which the electric, she has her own meter, but then with the heating, she has to pay for heating, but the heating is like a one system for the whole building. So the company, the property company, is the one that decides how much her bill is, which I'm sure they're not doing anything screwy there. So yeah, then we checked it out. She was able to get, they offered her the apartment upstairs for $900 a month, and it's a lot cheaper in utilities. So she was talking like $300 a month, which I was like, what? How? Does it have electric heat? What's going on? That's like as much as my whole house. And I rely on a heat pump for heat.
So when they say a heat pump is 8 kilowatt, I guess if they're talking about output and not input, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I've started to look now. I think it'll be difficult to find one that is large enough.
All I know is like our house, our fuel source is propane. And right now that's the cheapest heating fuel you can get. And it's still cheaper just to run the heat pump, even when it's really cold.
Yeah, my problem is that my heating fuel is American methane, LNG, and that's the most expensive you can get at the moment because they tax it like hell. And it doesn't really make sense for me to switch unless I can get rid of my gas connection fees. So
yeah,
it has to. This hybrid solution doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah, I don't get that one. I guess it would make sense if power went out.
I mean, the problem over here is it's the only thing that's been offered to freestanding houses. And in 2 years from now, they want to make it illegal to install a gas furnace. So I have to decide. So,
yeah.
I mean, you can install a gas furnace, but it has to be a hybrid for the heat pump connections.
So why are they doing that?
In
Why
order
do
to
they only make the hybrid up?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's the availability of, I don't know. I have to check it out. So until now, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But it seems that there's no economic offers in heat pumps that can heat a whole house without gas.
But yet they're about ready to make gas burning furnaces illegal, but yet there's no sort of...
Yeah, but that has to do with CO2 emissions that they committed to. So they need to cut CO2 emissions. Problem is
Maine's trying to get rid of that type of stuff. Like, there's even been talks about banning gas, new sales of gas cars.
Hello, Ben.
Electric, which they still need to get the charging infrastructure figured out before they can do that, but I would imagine. But yeah, I don't even know if I've heard of hybrid heat pumps here or hybrid furnaces. I'm sure that they're around.
It'll be over by the time it gets updated. Okay, I need to raise and climb here, so
okay. I would like to find out just how much a month, like during high demand seasons like now, just how much the heat pump does cost a month. I wouldn't imagine it's any more than $200 a month, which if I just relied on furnace, that's easy. You end up like getting at least one tank a month, if not more, of propane, which costs just shy of $300 to fill. There was one January where we depended on it.
In the 50s, so everybody has a gas connection in their house.
Yeah, I would imagine a heat pump would do amazing in that area because, first of all, they seem to like humidity. And
that's good news.
And they'll improve the quality of the air. Well, at least when they're in cooling. They remove humidity, but I don't know about heating. but you can still put it on dry mode, but it will cool things down a bit.
Yeah, I mean, in my case, it's gonna be in the garage anyway, so it doesn't really help.
Oh, you're not looking for a whole house solution?
They're on
Yes,
too.
but
We've got
it's
Ben and
the
Owen
water
now.
circulation system that it needs to operate.
Owen went up Venture yesterday. Thank you
Oh
for
yeah,
the
I
ride
saw
on.
that. Whew. Get warm in here. Heat pump's working again.
Hey, who what? I said you went up Venture yesterday.
He's
The
already
hills
blocked
went-
it out.
Hills went up it at in 83 minutes a couple of days ago. Owen says it felt like a good idea at the time.
Vent top's never a good idea. Just never had a good situation with it, that's for sure. I gotta say, it was the one that Swift automatically put me on my first ride. And then the second time I did it, I did a race. So I've never really had a good time on it. I feel like maybe if I just did a nice, peaceful ride up it, maybe it wouldn't be too bad if I had people with me. All right, I need to make a balance adjustment on this next hill.
Come on now, Owen, don't sell yourself short. Owen says that Hills did the whole thing in the same time it took him to get to Chalet Renard. You had 6 minutes to spare, Owen, so Hills did the entire thing in 83 minutes. Owen got to Chalet Renard at 77 minutes.
7-8 kilometers, it's nothing.
So I think you should have got your finger out once you hit Chalet Renard and done the rest in 6 minutes, and then you'd have been good.
Yeah, all you had to do.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben.
Watch your Ben. So I went to see my doctor yesterday for my annual checkup. It's the same doctor that saw me 2 years ago for my when I had the blood clots. So I wanted to see how that was going. And I said, well, it's still a little swollen, it's that muscle, but I think it's what it is. It's not stopping me racing now. He took a look, rolled my trouser legs up, and first words out of his mouth were, impressive muscles.
And then you were like, that's not my muscles, doc.
Yeah. Owen was telling himself, at least Renard isn't half the halfway. I was telling myself inwardly at that moment. So, yeah. Positive thoughts, Owen. Eh?
You're about on the loose. Where'd it go?
Yeah, I should set a meetup up on Convent up sometime. At some point. Without the banding.
Someday.
See what we can do.
Someday when we have nothing but time.
Yeah. One of those days.
Where are we at? So we started this. Oh, we're getting up in numbers. There's more in the Bangor area now. All right, so we started riding with 1,800 customers affected. We're now at 2,730.
Uh-oh.
Just went up almost 1,000 in 24 minutes.
If you make it to the finish of this ride, then I'd go and put fuel in the generator and get it ready to hook up if I were you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Grace isn't even here. Oh no, I forgot about that. Grace is usually I have to drag the generator up the stairs to the outdoor entrance to my basement, and it's very heavy, very hard to pull up the stairs by myself. So Grace gets the bottom.
Yeah, that's electrical customers without power on.
Yeah, so far we had snow overnight. Now the temperatures switched, and now it's just rain, and the winds are picking up, and they're expected to be up to 70 miles per hour again, just like last time. The only difference this time is maybe the ground will stay more frozen, so the trees won't fall over as easily. Last time there was a whole defrost period right before that storm happened. So far there isn't much in the city, so it's looking good.
Yeah, my snowfall totals were boring, Owen. Said between 6 and 9 inches, and we didn't even get 5. So, yesterday morning, I had my doctor's appointment at 9 o'clock yesterday morning, and I was expecting to have trouble getting there. No problems. I even took my truck rather than Pope's Ford Focus. But no issues. I'll tell you where my temperature's going in a minute, Owen. Yeah, so I shoveled before I went there. I moved a couple of inches off the drive. About 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, I went out again and shoveled another couple of inches. And then this morning I got up early to go and shovel before we started riding, and about half an inch. But yeah, so on Monday, our high will be 1 degree Fahrenheit. Our low will be -7. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. And that's not taking the wind chill into account either. I don't know what that will be. We'll find out.
Yeah, most likely those days are usually windy. It's not bad when it's a calm day, but those rarely ever happen. Whenever it gets that cold.
Yep, that's going to be the high on. So -20 Celsius.
But yeah, so far the city is doing okay. There's just a couple single outages, and other than that, some of the outside towns have whole chunks of power out, but Bangor is safe. Now if my work loses power, I'll be fine with that.
Oh yeah, we've got something to discuss about your work, haven't we? Water.
And the boozy water.
Yeah.
That was one of the names I've given it. I like to, sometimes we have our own names for new things that we're working on that we actually register.
So wait a minute,
But I'm always good for...
You spelled that, did you?
Oh yeah. It's
water. Water only has 1 R in it.
Oh no, not if you're in the mid-Atlantic. If you're in like Philadelphia or something, all you have down there is water.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all on purpose. But yeah, the first one was we were in a store one time. Something happened. The lady working at the store was like, she. We thought she was going to say sheesh, but she said she whizzy. They're like, huh, it's the most interesting thing I've heard in a while. So the first name I came up with for that seltzer was She Fizzy. Then the second one was Boozy Water.
All right, I think I found the one that I want to There, yeah. All right, here we go. Listen to this one on.
This Friday.
We'll get rid of this advert first. Oh, I've muted it. Where's that? Here we go.
After the break, we're going to interview Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. Excuse me, he's blind. So we'll hear about that.
Okay, as we head to the break, a look at the 6 o'clock.
Right after the break.
I don't know if you heard that. A bit quiet. I'll send you the link to it after. Newscaster introduces a guy that's going to climb Mount Everest, but he's gay. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I mean, he's blind. Let's see if I can find the newscaster with hiccups. Go on.
3AW 693 News.
15 degrees in Melbourne, a
This is the
shower
one.
or two today, a top of 19, it's 3 o'clock. Good morning, I'm Kate Wilson. Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi has urged his supporters not to believe the lies he said to being told about what's happening in their country. He's again blamed Al-Qaeda for the violence which has spread across Libya and threatens his regime. Gaddafi was speaking in front of supporters at a ceremony to mark 34 years of his country's people power style of government.
The Libyan people have felt that it has been stabbed in this dignity, and a challenge has been set. If Muammar Gaddafi, who has no power, who is now president, who cannot resign, he's not the leader of a parliament, is attacked, this is not acceptable.
Meantime, a Libyan warplane has bombed an area near an ongoing clash between pro- and anti-Gaddafi rebels. No casualties have been reported from the blast in the eastern town of Breja. 4 toddlers have had a miracle survival after a car crashed through a cubby house at a Maui childcare centre. The children, all aged 3, were playing when a car ploughed into them shortly before 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The 81-year-old driver was treated at the scene.
I need to send you guys a link to this.
James says the 2 boys and 2 girls had a lucky escape.
Rick,
What
you
appears
can't
to
hear
have
this.
occurred, for whatever reason, a car has travelled across from a car park adjacent, mounted the medium strip and gone through the wall of the childcare centre.
Strong winds have hampered the recovery effort in Christchurch, stirring up dust debris, including corrugated iron. The confirmed death toll has risen to 160. Superintendent Dave Cliff says families of those still missing have been able to tour the devastated area in buses yesterday afternoon.
Around 250 foreign nationals and 150 New Zealanders were on board. It was a very emotional time for the families. It had been the first opportunity they had to see firsthand the extent of the devastation, and the mood was definitely sombre and very emotional for them, but we think it was helpful
the founder of a men's club known as the Brotherhood, says he's just an honest former policeman turned businessman. John Moncrief denies anything sinister about the group, despite the Ombudsman describing it as secretive with the potential for illegal activity. Police Chief Simon Overland says he's deeply concerned about the group's activities. John Moncrief says he has nothing to hide and welcomes the Ombudsman's investigation.
I support the
Oh man, I don't know how she got through that. I really don't. I've got to thank Scott Mills for digging those out. Yeah, more than likely, Owen. But I'm sure their entire production crew were also laughing. I've shared the What Day is Father's Day thing, haven't I? Before. I know you've heard it, Ray. Yeah. Have you heard that one, Owen? Okay, alright. We'll bring that one up then. Please hold. So YouTube knows me well. All I typed is what day, and it's found exactly what I'm looking for.
No, I don't know.
Oh. You're close.
Let's get to the start of this. I'll pause it and give you some... he's just introduced it there. It's reverse trivia, so a bit like Jeopardy. Presenter gives them an answer. The caller has to give a question.
Tonight's Sunday. What do you reckon the question might be?
Father's Day.
What about Father's Day?
Father's Day is on Sunday.
Yeah, but what's the question?
Oh. Ooh. No, I don't know.
You're close. I just need the question.
Oh.
Like,
I'm not too sure.
Like the answer's Sunday, but what would the question be?
All I know is Father's Day.
Yeah, you're kind of right. I just need to know the question.
The 31st?
Yeah. I just need it in a question form though, like as a question, like maybe like what day is Father's?
What day is Father's Day? Sunday.
Yeah. So what would the question be?
Father's Day is on Sunday.
Yeah. If it was to be a question, it would be what day is Father's Day? So
what day is Father's Day, right?
Yeah. So the answer's Sunday.
Sunday.
What do you reckon the question might be?
What's the question, right? Oh, don't know.
You're 90% there. You just need to give me the question. The answer.
Happy Father's Day.
No.
Oh.
Happy Father's
If
Day.
the answer's Sunday, the question needs to be what day is Father's Day.
What day is Father's Day?
So if I ask you that, you give me that as the question, eh?
What day is Father's Day? Sunday.
Yep. So the answer's Sunday. What would the question be?
Father's Day.
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
No. But the question needs to be what day. The answer needs to be what day is Father's
No,
Day.
she hasn't, Owen.
So if I'll say the answer's Sunday, and if you can say what day is Father's Day, that's what I need. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The answer's Sunday. What do you reckon the question might be?
Sunday.
What you need to say to me? What day is Father's Day?
Oh, presenter gives her the answer and
the answer's
still doesn't
Sunday.
do it.
What's the question?
What day is Father's Day?
You got it.
Yay!
You've got it. We got pizza tonight from the.
Crazy. Oh, hey. You take the coffee stuff now. Owen says we share air with people. These people. Yes, we do. Oh. Stephen Fry hosting Jeopardy. I hope no one ever chops that tree down, Owen. We'll have no one to laugh at. Hey, thanks for the ride on down. Yeah, some people are definitely the gift that keeps on giving, aren't they? But a bit like autocorrect, that's definitely the gift that keeps on giving sometimes.
It is. Come here. A little more tired than I was yesterday.
Yeah, my legs are a little grumpy this morning.
Kind of getting my shoulder under control.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still bothering me, but I think it's getting better. Morning is the worst time though. But at least now it doesn't bother me all day. Just in the morning.
Well, these painkillers that Doc prescribed me yesterday are certainly doing the number on my elbow.
Yeah.
I looked him up yesterday. It's a painkiller that I've had before when I was back in the UK. It's called Rolf.
If it was like 20 years ago, it would have been Oxycontin 80s. Back when they used to hand them out like samples. That all worked out fine.
Yeah, I'm sure that'd go well with me riding on rollers. I'm sure the instructions said do not operate machinery.
Be like, tune in for the next 48 days to watch the gradual decline of Andy Lund.
Keep a tally of how many times he falls off his own rollers.
Did that ever hit other countries, or was the US just the ones blessed with that pharmaceutical outrage?
One says that the guy who invented autocorrect has died. His funfair will be held next sundial. Restaurant in pieces.
Nice. It seems like I have one of those colds that's just not going to go away. Like, I feel fine other than that I'm congested a lot, but
yeah, the cold's
not
gone
like
away.
I-
It's just the aftermath.
yeah, now I'm just draining fluids out of my head all the time. I have to stop and blow my nose.
It's
every
brain
hour.
lubricant. Don't let too much of it out. We have
My
to go
problem
back.
is the dry
We have to go in for an
nostrils.
oil change.
I start to Usually Shannon's pretty good at bringing in some like tissues and all the little things that I never think of. He brings those into work. And wet wipes, all kinds of cool stuff. There's none right now. So I've been using the cheap toilet paper that comes in the huge rolls. And that's not good for the nose.
So we had rather a large supply of baby wipes that somehow got packaged up in the wrong packaging. So we couldn't sell it. So we had a few days where containers of these were brought into one of the parking lots and you could go and get some. So the first day, they'd all gone in minutes. You know, people taking trucks and filling up the bed, and so the next time they put a limit on it, no more than 10 cases. So I go for the second one, and
Yes, that's
tracing paper
tracing
style.
paper style.
Plural. The old Izal. That's not made anymore, is it? My great aunt used to use that. But anyway, I'm telling a story about the wet wipes here. So I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to be greedy. So I wound my window down. She said, "How many cases?" I said, 4, please. So they loaded the bed of my truck, and I heard a voice as she was walking away. She said, "Yeah, he wants 10." So I get to my parking spot in at my office and open the bed of the truck, and sure enough, I've got 10 cases of baby wipes. So
I'd take that.
no, I don't think it's made anymore, Owen. There's I remember reading the Wikipedia on it not very long ago, actually. Oh, and hey, Rick, you remember yesterday I mentioned Willem Dafoe and Harry Houdini as being locals to me.
Yeah. Yep.
I was driving home from the doctor, and guess what the announcer said? He mentioned Willem Dafoe and Harry Houdini as being locals.
I thought you were going to say the person in the doctor's office came out and asked for William Dafoe, or not. I guess not Harry Houdini.
So, Owen, before you used that, did you scrunch it up into a ball and then straighten it out again? I think that's the only way you could possibly use that without tearing into your skin as you used it.
Don't tell me that's another one of those things that went away because it caused cancer in children.
Medicated toilet paper. Couldn't really call it toilet paper, though, could you?
Well, they do have the medicated wipes. They have the, what's it called? Wow, why can't I think of it? But yeah, they have the stuff on. That's actually the one that was recommended to me after the death links. Supposed to soothe inflammation. Back to the work. I haven't even had to do anything based upon this storm yet, and it's already got me tired. Just thinking about it.
Yeah, well, it had a shiny side and a dull side, didn't it?
Like a nail file?
Isel toilet paper. We had it at school in the late 70s and early 80s. It was known as slip and slide in my house.
I also remember having those sinks in school, in a couple of my schools, where you push down on the bar with your foot, and then the entire sink, like a big trough, turns on and sprays water all the way around the thing.
Yep.
So that like 20 kids could wash their hands at once.
Yeah.
Or one person could
One of
wash
them
their hands.
in the mill
20 people's water.
near me.
Although I went into high school recently and they don't have those anymore. It all looks the same, but the facilities or all the utilities have been upgraded.
That the retro, whatever it was, Swan Owen.
Yeah, it has like the clean side and the polishing side.
Shiny on one side, rough on the other. Experience showed that the paper was better at smearing rather than cleaning, and children of a certain age remember it better as being a useful musical instrument, comb and paper, as well as an excellent tracing paper.
We used it as sandpaper.
I think sandpaper will be less abrasive than Isel toilet paper.
Yeah, that's why we used the toilet paper. That was free.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. Like the stuff at work. I mean, it's usually not my time at work. I'm a more morning person, but yeah, that stuff. Whatever money they save on that roll of paper, I feel like by the end of it, what I would use of a nice roll of toilet paper compared to what I use of this stuff.
Yeah, I think it has to do with theft. When I was in engineering college, 2/3 of the toilet paper rolls were removed and used at home, so that was the cost.
Yeah, it was in public toilets, it was in schools.
You have to have extra janitors on hand just to clear out all the clogs.
Yes. Oh, the reward of being best of group 4. Something when I write this right.
The other thing I remember from my childhood too is I feel like kids threw up more in the 80s. Because I don't remember Grace coming home at all in her younger school years saying that someone threw up in class. It used to seem like it was a weekly thing.
Yeah.
just projectile all over the place.
So after
And then the
oh,
janitor
sorry.
would come in with the shaky stuff.
So after schools and what have you went back after COVID, everyone was going in with masks on and what have you. Well,
oh, that's horrible.
In a class, you know what's coming. After in a class that one of my neighbours helps out in, she was telling this story. Now, this girl throughout the day had been saying to the teacher that she doesn't feel well. Well, it was almost time to go home, and he went to the teacher again to say, I really don't feel well, and then proceeded to throw up in her mask. Up her face, down her chin.
It's bad.
Just reminds you, be careful what you eat, because you never know when you're gonna meet it again. Okay, see you at ODZ.
All right, see you soon, Uffe.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't remember the toilet paper much when I was a kid. Because
you can't have
I do know
eyes
that I
all
lived
then.
in a house. I
You'd
feel like I
remember
do
it if you
remember
did.
that. But because my house was definitely a very basic house. My dad doesn't like spending money on frivolous things. Unless if it's like a cruise or something like that. So we would always have the cheapest of the cheap toilet paper. And I never remember really thinking about it when I was a kid. But now I notice every time I'm at work when I go to blow my nose. Or, God forbid, if I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, no, on this Izal paper, there was just no absorbent properties to it whatsoever.
I feel like I remember something like that. Like
you never ever had a problem.
School.
You never ever had a problem with your finger poking through it.
Yeah, I think at work I'm the only one who doesn't bring in their own toilet paper from home. But they all hide it in their own places, so it's not just available. But I just take care of it by trying to be as regular as possible and taking care of all the business in the morning.
It'd be impressive if you could do that with the number of beans that you eat.
Yeah, at worst, those will affect me when I get home. But usually, it's not until the next morning.
So while we were in Chicago on Sunday, we visited Daly Park, which is a neighbouring park to Millennium Park, where the Bean is. Cloudgate, to give it its proper name. But Millennium Park's kind of closed for construction at the moment, so you can't get really very close to the Bean. So I got the closest photograph I could and sent it to Rick Owen. Yeah, exactly. Everyone knows what the Bean is far better than Cloudgate.
Yeah. Hard to believe. You know someone has to clean that every so often. I hope they have like a spray technique and not just actually wipe it. I have a hard enough time cleaning windows and not taking forever, let alone if just one big mirror. Did you go to Little Malnati's?
Yep.
What's the name of it?
It's the name, but we didn't go.
That was the first time that I've ever had deep dish, and I was like, okay. So I've never liked deep dish. I always thought it was a horrible idea for pizza. But I had that, and I was like, okay, I get it. This can be good. Who knows? I don't know if the original place is a lot better, but at least the chain one's no good, in my opinion. Ah, that one got me groovy. That one hit me right in the breathers. Last push of this one, though. Yeah, so yesterday when I sent you that picture of the boozy order, that was the second filter for that one. Came out beautifully. We finally have a final product that is ready to go into cans. Now we just have to pick the flavors. So we're gonna split this batch up into, essentially what we're gonna do is take one keg, well, or what we call a yeast spring, because we hold yeast in it to store it until we put in the next beer. But it has a top that comes off, but the rest of it looks like a keg. So what we're gonna do is put the flavor in there, fill that with seltzer, and then transfer it to another keg and do that several times until we have all of our different flavors. And then we'll be able to have all the flavors ready to go, see which ones are the most popular. And then hopefully by summer, we'll have a full lineup of seltzers. But it's amazing. That second filter takes so much time though. I wish we had a bigger filter. Our big problem now is that our filter is too small. Because doing two filters now requires an extra tank. So essentially we're gonna filter from one tank, from the fermentation tank to a conditioning tank, and then do the second filter from the conditioning tank to another conditioning tank. So then now both of those tanks have to be cleaned, plus the third one once it all gets packaged. and filtering just takes a good chunk of the day. Oh, I thought a plow was going by, but that was wind.
Cut out the beans. You want to get rid of the wind.
Yes, if I could push against it. If I could stand at a northwesterly position and fart into the wind, I should be able to stop it. I will save Bangor.
Your naked flames around
The
you, you might go bang.
We've been running the numbers, and for some reason it looks like the wind is going around Bangor. But it's absolutely destroying surrounding towns. Yeah, this
Seems to be a strange smell associated with it.
Oh no, it's fine. Because if it's heading in a northeasterly direction, then that means it's heading right to the farming lands anyway. They're used to it. Maybe not this time of year, but they'll just assume it has something to do with the melting. But yeah, this is the same exact wind direction, which is a very rare wind direction to be getting, like a lot of wind and warm wind like this. This time of year. Which, or no, I guess it's more southeast, isn't it? Yeah, more of a southeast direction, not northeast. So it's heading northwest. So I probably will end up with more shingles in my yard. I'm getting quite a pile.
Yeah, you should on.
How did you find out that it was wrong? Did someone let you know? Ooh, one more block after this. 15 minutes of doing what I am not in the mood to do, and then it'll be over. So it wasn't a situation where someone gave you trouble. A strongly worded email. Actually, I guess we're doing good. Thought I had to do a little leveling adjustment, but it's been working so far, so I'm gonna go with it.
Yes.
I think on this workout yesterday, I got to 32 miles when it was over. At 23 and a half now. Yeah, so really the storm isn't too bad. Other than that, it's never good to have it snow and then rain it all away. But I don't think I'll have to clean up too much. I think it should all melt by the end of the day. But I was concerned about the roof, the flat part of the roof, but I think that should be fine with this much snow. And then just the wind. That's the problem. Should make for an exciting drive to work though. That should be right when the worst of it's happening. And I'm definitely going to take the river road up because that's where all the excitement happens.
Yay, probably stop time again.
Apparently though, Orono did get 6 inches of snow, which I don't know if that's how much we got here. We're only 9 miles away. But that's a pretty good amount for how long it snowed for.
Owen says he's had the ISIL conversation at the kettle. His workmate used to call it John Wayne. It's rough, it's tough, and it won't take no. Yeah.
Oh, what was that? Something just hit the side of the house.
We visited the birthplace of John Wayne.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
That'll be the one.
I don't know how I did it.
I'm impressed.
I knew it was Indiana, but then I was thinking, is it really Fort Wayne? Because that's kind of funny. I pick up random information like that and hold right on to it, but I can't remember how to do long division for longer than a week. In fact, I need to go do a refresher on that again. That and conversions.
Yep, we can ask you next time we need to know that, Owen. We know you will have that filed away. When you come over here in September, if immigration asks you, you'll be able to answer that question.
But you know they will. I think it's in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I'm not so sure. Certainly wasn't one of the 100 civics questions for citizenship. They must have dropped that one. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's a little bit further away from Indiana, so they might not ask that question on. Whereas Chicago and Milwaukee, that's a bit closer.
Yeah, then it'll be Chuck Norris questions.
Yeah, so you need to swat up on your Chuck Norris for the transition through Dallas.
And it'll be about like the Cowboys. How many Super Bowls have the Cowboys won?
Hey, if I'd have left it another couple of months, you could have brought my power supply for me for my Switch. It's on its way from Dallas. See where it's at now.
Oh, this morning I just ordered a
Hey there, Harry.
the feed. Have you seen that the feed's doing a water bottle deal?
No.
Where they send you a water bottle with your Strava stats on it for free. If you order at least $35 worth of stuff, it's free shipping. But if you don't, it's just $4.95. So I did that.
Power supply's already left Chicago. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Bryan, Oklahoma is practically Texas. I mean, don't say that in Texas, but as far as we're concerned. Just like, don't try to relate anything in Dallas to Houston, or likewise. Apparently there's a rivalry.
So, I know how heavy this power supply is. It cost me $37 on eBay with free shipping. I really don't think. And I'll be making a lot of money on this because the shipping's going to be the vast majority of that $37.
Yeah. I'm sure there's numbers that have been run and they find that they still break even. Just as long as they make it a whatever price limit. Was there a limit to how much you had to buy? Or what the cost had to be?
No.
Oh, it's just one of those free shipping sites. Or it's
Yeah.
eBay, isn't it? Yeah.
It's eBay, yeah. No, there were other listings that the power supply was $50 and it's like $20 shipping. I'm not paying that.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so it's some single guy, well, it could be anybody, yeah. It could be a business. Just selling it. And
No, it's a
taking a
business.
hit on the cooking. Oh, one more after this. Almost there.
All right, I've got 45k here.
This is one of those wearing away workouts. By the last bit, it starts to get old. Ibuprofen's kicking in now. Yeah. So usually I do lately, until this cold's fully gone, been doing vitamin C powder in one bottle and then noon in the other. But I accidentally poured opened both packets, then just automatically poured one in each. So I was like, okay, I guess it'll be a noon tablet in each then. It's actually pretty good, but I'm using more noon tablets than I normally would.
Yeah, so John Norris was born there, but he lives in Texas now, doesn't he?
I bet he lives in like Montana or Utah or Colorado or something.
No, I believe he lives on his ranch in Texas.
Huh. Okay. Well, that makes sense then, I guess, too. It's keeping it real. Was he playing a character on Walker, Texas Ranger, or was that just Chuck Norris playing Chuck Norris?
I don't know the answer to that. I was trying to think of something witty and I couldn't.
Because you know it might be true. I think he just played Chuck Norris. He wasn't even auditioning for the part. It was just one of the auditioners. One of the people who was doing the auditions saw him at the gas station and said, "You doing anything right now?" And bam, there he was. This is one of those rare moments, though, as far as the storm goes, where we're getting the same exact storm at the same time, halfway across the country from each other. I'm just getting the storm over here.
No,
what's that?
It's not bothering me anymore.
Oh, it's already gone?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, last night when I was watching the weather, it was showing that it had been over you for a while, and it was like right on the edge of Bangor on the other side of it. I'm like, oh, look at that. Andy and I will be getting the same storm at the same time for at least a couple hours. Did you just win that sprint?
I did. And the one before it. And the one before that.
Luckily, it doesn't show me, because I'm in a workout. I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's up to 40 degrees now. I'm really hoping this snow will be mostly melted when I go outside.
I was going to go at 45k and here I am almost at 46.
That Chuck Norris wasn't born in Fort Norris, Oklahoma. That'd be great. Finally, on the home stretch. I might get like, well, let's see, what's the math? Yeah, I'll get like 5 minutes or so of a break in between.
You know,
Luckily, they canceled school here yesterday at about 4 o'clock. In fact, the school, what is he called? The administrator or whatever? School department administrator, he called and did a haiku, which was absolutely nonsensical. There's just no need for it. But it was, I mean, it was, I guess it was good, whatever. But it was amazing the difference between when he calls at 5:30 in the morning for canceling school and when it's just 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He's already decided ahead of time. Then he comes up with haikus. In fact, I'm going to find it. Yes, it was schools hushed, doors closed, snow's decree, a day of rest, kids play, laughter flows. Which I was like, that's a risky one because you are going to get some of the dimmer parents calling up and being like, I don't understand what he just told me. But school was closed.
Sunday.
Sunday. Yep. Father's Day. Sometimes there's some spoons in your drawer of knives. Yeah.
There is no spoon.
Oh, well, that's good. Around here, it's different. Yeah. Oh, there's the cat. Now you can see the cat. Hi, cat. Hi, Mal. I had to move the bag out a little bit that he's laying on, the bag of sand. And so now you can't see him as well, unless he sits up. Yeah, he's right in front of my yellow green screen light too, so he looks very different. He's usually more of a gray cat. Oh, I guess exercise time is over. He's laying back down.
Makeup rest and okay, go.
Mine hasn't even said anything yet. Two minutes left. I don't know if I'll make it to 32 this time. Uffe's saddle looks like the inside of my bibs. It looks like he has inside out bibs on his. Noise out here. Very noisy outside.
All right, I'm gonna bring the stream down now. Get us ready for ODZ. On then. Thanks very much for joining. We'll be back in about 10 minutes' time with the ODZ group ride. Come back and see us then. Until then, we would say, done free. Bye for now.
Bye bye for now.